And good morning. Time once again for another installment of Trust Matters, Real Estate and Estate Planning Solutions with Gateville Law Firm's Sean Robertson. They're in Yorkville and at gatevillelawfirm.com. Sean with us again on a Wednesday morning. How we doing today, Sean?
Doing great.
Excellent.
Yourself?
Not
Good.
bad. Today, the topic has to do with some legal considerations when also you're either selling your house and or purchasing a new home. There are some things to kind of keep in mind here for what is a big-time financial investment.
Absolutely. So one of the things we see, a lot of our clients are selling their houses, they're moving into a new construction property, or maybe they're upgrading or downgrading or moving out of state. So my team has over 50 years of real estate experience, and we handle transactions all over the Kendall County, Will, DePage, DeKalb, LaSalle area.
All right. So what are some of the things in terms of selling a house that are required where you guys can come in and kind of help out here?
I think number one is getting an experienced real estate attorney is like having a good quarterback that helps guide the transaction to make sure that it's a smooth transaction. I think the number one thing that we offer is number one is expertise, but number two is the ability to communicate. So your emails and phone calls get returned quickly.
And some time matters a lot of cases in these transactions.
Correct, it does. And a lot of times where sometimes you have attorneys that are acting as their own assistants and they've got court, or maybe they're not really real estate attorneys, and time does matter. Where with our staff, they're in front of a computer all day and they're available to get to it right away.
All right. So when you're doing a house sale, there's lots of issues that are facing that person, and we kind of want to outline some of that for you here. So what are some of the big ones here?
I mean, one of the big ones when you're selling your house and you're going to be purchasing a new home is negotiating a closing date. Like generally, for example, you're going to want, if you're selling your home and moving into a house in the afternoon, you're probably going to want to sell your home in the morning. And the reason that's important is a lot of people need the proceeds from the sale of their home to buy another home. Or sometimes some people maybe want to negotiate some, like a week or less, to be able to move with a little bit of peace of mind versus having to move in like one day.
There could be a lot of headaches with closing dates, timing it right, because that could make something fall through if they can't get the dates to match up.
Yeah, and that's a big issue because a lot of times if you're selling your home, you're relying upon a buyer, and sometimes the buyer and the sellers may have some issues, or maybe the buyer's loan hasn't been delivered on time. So these are things that your real estate attorney can assist you with.
Also, you guys help with like negotiating for inspections?
Absolutely. We help with inspection, negotiations, attorney review. But one of the things I think is underlooked too is we will help stay on top of the buyer's lender. And that's important because you want to make sure that they have everything they need so they're moving the transaction along. Because like you said, coordinating dates is going to be a very big deal.
What about surveys as well? You hear about that term.
Yeah, so surveys are important. Like one of the things I think we have going for us is my business manager used to work at a title company and was the head of title for a major Fidelity insured title company. And little things where you want to be able to see whether there's a fence violation. And to most ordinary people, they don't speak this language, but that's important because if you move into your home and you don't really own your home, or you're going to have an issue later on, you want to know that.
Some other things, too, that we want to touch on in terms of some of the issues facing someone with a house sale that's going on, just the smooth real estate process in general, collaborating with the realtor and client, right? That's a big one.
Absolutely. And sometimes you have things that go wrong. Like, for example, like right before a walkthrough, maybe our client goes to the house that they're buying and maybe there's items still there that aren't supposed to be there. That a lot of times requires the real estate attorney to step in and negotiate a resolution. Or sometimes certain items don't get repaired like they're supposed to. Maybe the people you hired didn't do a good job. And these are the type of things that we have to deal with at the last moment, because these issues sometimes depend on whether a closing will go forward or not.
It's a seller's market. A lot of folks listening might be looking at selling, and Sean and his team, they can help with all of your questions and make it go nice and smooth and give you some peace of mind. Gateville Law Firm, Sean Robertson, the topic each week. Hopefully it's helping you out. Trust Matters Real Estate and Estate Planning Solutions. Find out more at gatevillelawfirm.com. They're in Yorkville. You can call 630-780-1034 and join us again at the same time for another installment next week.